Let's see if I can get my camera to stay. So I'm still balancing over here on laundry slash pillow slash snoring dog who's not supposed to be on my bed. Old man. Okay, so yeah, I'm losing my voice. It's awesome. I sound like a chain smoker over here. I wanted to share with you guys kind of what's going on in my life right now and what I've been working a lot on, and that is purging. Like a serious, like, heartless purge sessions are happening in my life. And you know, I feel like I've been purging my life basically as long as you guys have seen me here on YouTube. And well, not the entire time, but a lot of it. So, as you guys, so when I moved out of my parents' house, I moved into an apartment. I established myself in the apartment, and then me and my ex-husband, after that, you know, we bought a house, and it was like maybe like an 1,800 square foot house, like a nice size home. And we bought that house. It was great. We sold it. We moved into a 3,000 square foot house. I filled that house from top to bottom, and everything was decorated. Everything was beautiful and like organized, and we had so much stuff, like so much stuff. And then when we sold that house to kind of move closer to his work and to save money, because I was having Drake and we were planning on a second baby. And I wanted to be able to stay home because it would no longer be justified with like daycare expenses and whatnot. So we moved, and we had to downsize. And we downsized a lot. I had a huge garage sale. Then we moved it back into like an 1,800 square foot house. So we basically had to remove an entire household's worth of stuff. We got about, I would say, half of that excess in the garage sale, and then we brought it and we moved it into the garage, and it just sat there. And then we moved again because my ex-husband had a job that was a little over an hour away, and we just decided to be closer. Like, what is there to lose? We were renting our house. Like, may as well move closer and save 2 hours a day of driving. So we did. And then that was the last house that I was in. Oh, and that house was even smaller. So that house, I want to say it was like 1,300 square feet, maybe it was like 1,400 square feet. So we moved there. It was even smaller. And then we separated. I got a storage unit for stuff, and I stayed with my parents, and then his parents, and then my parents for like 2.5 months, and then I got this place here. And over the last 5 years that we've been moving, I've been downsizing stuff, but of course you're still bringing stuff in at the same time, and then tastes change, and necessity changes, and then of course there's kid stuff. So you're bringing on a whole entire room full of stuff for one kid, and then another kid, and it's just so much stuff. So I have things, and I have a lot of things where I'm like, oh, one day, or oh, I'll wear that again, or, you know, oh, like, just in case I need that for whatever, stuff like that. And I finally reached the point that, you know, if I am going to move, or even if I'm not going to move, I don't need all this stuff. Like, I just don't. I don't need it. If I haven't used it in the last year, like, it's just not going to happen. And there's a lot. I have a lot of stuff like that. So I have been purging like it's nobody's business. I mean, filling my recycle bin to the top, and of like papers and just stuff like that, and like filling my trash can, which sounds horrible. And today I went to Goodwill, and I brought an entire truckload of stuff to Goodwill, and the guy was like, whoa. I'm like, yeah, I need it gone. I need everything extra gone. Like, just gone. Like, I had an entire, you know, the IKEA bookshelf cube thing. I had one of the baskets that fits in there, you know, all the way top, bottom, sides, full of envelopes. I mean, do I really need that? I don't mail anything anymore. Unless I mail like a thank you card, in which case it comes with an envelope. So it's like, do I really need that? Granted, I saved some of them, but you just don't. And it's kind of like all this stuff that I have, it just needs to go. And I feel so good when, like, it's not right now. I go through moods where it's like, sometimes I'm in a mood where it's like, oh, like, I'll get rid of that, but I'm going to keep these 8 things, but at least I got rid of something. But right now I'm in the mood where it's like, I'm going to keep that one thing and get rid of these 8, like, get it out of my life. And I go through moods, so I'm like really running with it while I'm in this mood where I'm not feeling like super sentimental and stuff like that. Now, yesterday was actually a nice day, and we spent 3 hours outside. Granted, it was cold, but we were outside for 3 hours, and I sorted through my, like, kind of keepsakey memory boxes where it's just, like, pictures and papers and, like, birthday cards and, like, balloons and, like, kid clothes and just stuff. And I sorted through it, And, you know, it was kind of hard. So when Deacon was first born, like every mom of a firstborn baby, iPhones were just out, and everybody had, like, you know, starting to get iPhones and stuff, so you could take pictures easily. Things like that. I had hundreds and hundreds, thousands of pictures. And I'd have them in these photo albums. The thing is I also did Shutterfly books, so why I have so many pictures, I don't know. And I have all these, like, photo albums. I mean, like, a big amount of photo albums here, full of, like, pictures that don't have really any meaning. It was more of, like, a picture to take a picture, or a picture to, like, just send for the moment, or something like that. And so I went through those photo books, and I pulled out the pictures that actually brought me back to that time. And it's not that many in comparison to how many photos there were. It was like, oh, that was his face when he cried. Like, I remember that face. But all the other faces, it's like, yeah, but that one doesn't actually, like, you know, jar a memory or remind me of him. So it's easier to kind of look back now and see things like that. Now, Drake, I didn't print those pictures because I just have the Shutterfly books. So for him, so much easier. So much easier. But I just had, like, I mean, literally a box of birthday cards for me, for my ex-husband, for the boys. I don't even know when they're from, and, like, half the people that they're from were, like, co-workers and things like that. So it's like, why do I have all this stuff? So as hard as it is to get rid of a lot of things, it's so freeing. And, you know, I went through and I actually pulled out a lot of the pictures, and any picture of my ex with Deacon or with Drake, and I'm going to give them to him and let him sort through whatever he wants out of them and things like that. But it was just kind of like, the boys and I just have so much stuff. We have so much stuff. So we need to, I just want to purge it down to have the basics and have, you know, like, my favorite, gosh, I don't even know. Like, I actually have 3, because my boyfriend got me a camera bag for Christmas. But I have 3. I don't need 3. I need 1. Maybe 2. But 3, no. And I don't even think I need 2. No, I'm gonna have 1. You know what I mean? Just so much stuff looking around. Like, things are starting, there's, like, holes where things used to be, just because it was like, I had it, so I had to fill the space, and I'm over that. I'm in a serious mood. Very serious mood. But it prompted me to ask you guys what, as far as, like, sentimental baby things, like, what you keep. You know, do you keep millions of pictures, or do you, like, put them on a hard drive, or do you print them in, like, photo books, or do you, I mean, what? And, like, as far as clothes, what do you keep? I had a box of baby clothes that I kept for the sake of being sentimental, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, I don't even know what kid wore this. Like, I have no idea. We don't need it. And then I'm like, oh, like, this is, like, the first thing Deacon ever wore, and I remember we had to go out. In fact, Deacon was way smaller than I would have ever imagined, because I was a 9-pound baby. My ex was, like, 8 or 9-pound baby, and Deacon was 6'10". Granted, he was early, but still, I'm like, so I'm, like, looking at it. My mom had to go out and buy clothes. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, he was so small. I remember him wearing this. I'm like, okay, I'm keeping that. But then I would pull, like, 5 more things out, and it's like, why do I even have this? So there was a lot of that. And I mean, like, a white onesie, really? Like, I don't even remember putting them in any. So, like, just chugging stuff left and right. And the guy at Goodwill today is like, whoa. I'm like, yeah, we need the other cart. Like, sorry. I just have so much stuff that I just need to get rid of. So I am just donating and throwing stuff away like a mad lady. It's, like, intense. But it feels so good. Oh, guys, you should do it right now when the weather's not tip-top, or if the weather for some reason is, you have, like, a freakishly nice day, because today's not a nice day, but yesterday was for in the afternoon. At least you could see the sun. Today, there's no sun. It's, like, super gray. But, yeah, like, if the sun's out, just go outside. Let the kids ride and sort through stuff. Just sort. And it feels good. I mean, checking expiration dates and I'm just purging as much as I can. Yes, moving in with my boyfriend is still on the table, obviously. And, you know, if that time comes, I don't want to have all this extra stuff. I just don't. And if it, you know, if we don't end up doing it, oh, it's going to be nice too, because I'm not going to have all that stuff. I'm just over stuff. My neighbor came over and she's like, wow. She's like, what happened to your garage? I'm like, well, I had a garage sale. I guess she didn't remember it or didn't see it when it happened. And then, you know, I've just been cleaning out stuff ever since. She's like, it looks amazing. I'm like, yeah. She's like, I thought you just weren't home anymore. I'm like, she's like, I didn't realize you were in the garage. I'm like, yeah, it's not nice. So anyways, I'm just curious how you guys do the baby stuff because I don't want to get rid of too much. Like my mom, I was going through, oh my gosh, I posted a picture of myself as a little kid I was like 1, in Memphis, and I was holding like 2 big magnolia blooms, and oh my gosh, I'm a spitting image of Drake. I put it on my Instagram, so you have to see that picture. It's crazy. I saw it and I was like, whoa, that's where Drake came from. Like, holy cow. So granted, he's got blue eyes. I don't know where those came from, but the blonde hair, like, watch out. It's crazy. So, and the no eyebrows. I didn't have eyebrows either. So I sent a picture to my ex and his wife, and I was like, I found out why Drake doesn't have eyebrows. That would be my fault. I'm sorry. I'm telling you guys, when I say I'm not a very hairy person, like, this is a lot of painted on eyebrow here. So anyways, I think that's it. I'm gonna go get some tea because my kids gave me this awesome just lost voice thing. They have a cough, but then this is all I got. Like, I just, it's ridiculous. So that's it. I will apologize right now for just yawning on you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.